In this sequence we visit the Pool of London and St Katherines Dock. This map shows their location, just east of the Tower of London and Tower Bridge. The Shard towers over Tower Bridge. The Shard is Europe's largest building. Tower Bridge is London's most iconic bridge and has always been the limit of very large ships on the River Thames. The Boy with the Dolphin statue is a popular fountain along the path to St Katherines Dock from Tower Bridge. There is an identical statue at Chelsea Bridge in Dolphin Square. As we approach the lock that leads into St Katherines Dock, another sculpture, but this time a maritime sculpture. The lock is open as we arrive and the bridge is up. A Dutch yacht leaves for IJmuiden in Holland, and its owner tells me that it will take at least 23 hours to cross the North Sea. This is now a very smart area, but it wasn't always so. The Pool of London is seen here in the 1950s, when ocean-going ships berthed in the dock and the Pool of London. Containerisation ended the need for small ships to ply the oceans, and the area died in the 1960s. Regeneration came in the 1980s, and this is now a major London tourist attraction, full of shops, bars and restaurants. Even the royal barge is kept here, and makes a wonderful sight berthed so close to the quayside. The large white building you can see in the background is News International, home to the Sun and the Times newspapers. The old main warehouse is now a residential block with shops underneath. This wonderful flower display is at the entrance to the Dickens Inn. And here is the Dickens Inn. Look again at the wonderful flower displays on the balconies. The Dickens Inn is not new. It was built just a few years ago, and it's no doubt what American tourists think an inn in oldie England was like. I guess it does bear some resemblance to an old English inn. Incidentally, a pizza here costs $24.95. And, if you have never seen such an expensive pizza, well, here is the pizza I shared with a friend. It was so huge, neither of us could finish the pizza. This is the view from our balcony from where we ate the pizza, looking over towards Tower Bridge. There are luxury yachts everywhere in St Katherines Dock. And in the middle of the dock, on a small island, is a Starbucks. It's lunchtime on this yacht. And on this boat, a family live with their dogs. All the major chain restaurants have places here, and in the background you can see the Tower of London and a building in Fenchurch Street known as the Walkie Talkie. But the best part of the dock is the outer dock, which on this hot summer's afternoon is very colourful. Back to the river and the Pool of London, and a fast Thames clipper approaches Tower Bridge to make its stop. A small Mercia cruiser passes old warehouses that are now luxury flats. And a city cruiser makes its way east to Greenwich. A new attraction on the river is fast speedboat trips along the River Thames as seen here. In the middle of the Thames, just east of the Pool of London, many historic boats are moored. And many people live here too, in the many blocks that surround St Katherines Dock and line the river. Prices start at just over £1.5 million. There are even some social housing blocks here amongst the newer blocks. This is where the old dockers once lived. However, Tower hamlets charge rents at market prices, and you should expect to pay at least £500 a week for a flat here. However, one block does carry some history, although from a fairer time when rents would have been more affordable. It is time to head back to the station, and a short walk back through the dock takes us past some very old sailing ships. This was England's very first attempt to bring an old dock back to life as a tourist attraction, and similar schemes in other cities followed. It has certainly been a great success.